All right. This is GMS Virginia. Got GMS North Carolina here with me. Shaquaka Rob.
Brother Arad, Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash.
Want to give double honors to the apostle GMS that we learned from, and to the hopefully elect. I want to say peace, blessings, salutations. And touching on this late, I wanted to touch a little bit on it. Not going to be too long on it, but as you can see, a lot of showdowns,
Showdown.
confrontations, and I can say, I think roughly in 2015 or 14, I remember it was an order given out from Elder Tahar. He was basically telling us, all that affiliation with those other camps is a no-go. No more, cut them off. And, at first we didn't understand. We was like, Yeah, I remember, I'll never forget, you had other, because again, in that seasoned fashion, you had a lot of camps talking to each other. But, when Elder Tahar gave that order, it was like, yo, no more. The mother camp started, scoffing a little bit. Oh, GMS. But, hey, we shortly found out, hey, good thing that Elder Tahar said that. Because, years ago down the line, we've seen a lot of these other camps is just, the leader isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell by the fruit of their men, their conduct, that, these guys ain't got it. ICGS, Comfy. You had, what is it? HOI.
Mm-hmm.
You had ISUBK, IUIC, Bubble Eye Blackfish.
The GOCC.
And again, man, these guys, the doctrine is off.
Mm-hmm.
They're men, they're proud as hell, no humility. They're just, you can just tell, they don't believe in the mark. Every 5-10 years they're switching up their doctrine. And again, they don't prophesy. Elder Tahar on down, they gave us a strict order to prophesy and do lessons, edify the flock, just as Yahushua told Peter, if you love me, teach my flock.
Feed my sheep.
Feed my sheep, the water. You got something?
Yeah, I got
something.
something. 1 Corinthians 1:10.
Mm-hmm.
Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai.
A lot of the camps don't even teach that. You got it?
Facts. That ye all speak the same thing.
Speak the same. And the other camps, they don't. Because one thing that, they have a problem with order. We always understand Jake always wants to, they have a problem with, order. Jake want credit. Jake wants to be that guy. Jake want men praise, women praise. And, again, just Jake don't want to be underneath certain men.
Mm-hmm.
So, certain men break off, they do their own thing, and then they try to switch certain things up so they don't have to give the men that they learn from credit. So a lot of bullshit comes along and a different type of other stuff come down the line. And then it just eventually makes itself manifest. You got it, bro. When you can't get me, Matthew 7:16-20.
Okay. It reads on 1 Corinthians 1:10.
Uh-huh.
That ye all speak the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that there be no divisions among you.
Yeah, because, at, what is it? You had Sakari talking about unity camps. You had Zabak talking about unity camps. Yeah, all the other men talking about unity camps. But years later, goddamn, it's like all of them are warring with each other.
Right.
So what happened to the unity, So, again, we stay in our own lane. We just start with the elders on down. We just worry about prophesying.
Mm-hmm.
We don't worry about the gimmicks, the fashion, the women, the antics, the jesters.
Right.
All that, other stuff that they want. We own this block. We own this.
Right,
We own this.
right.
We got this state. Don't come here. We don't worry about that, man.
Right.
We
Debates.
just prophesy. Yeah, debates.
Press runs.
And just want our name to be out there. We don't worry about that. We worry about prophesying. You got it?
Finishing off, 1 Corinthians 1:10 says, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
That's right. If you want to speak on something, you can too.
No, you're hitting the points on the head, man. Now, how can you do a unity camp and y'all over there fighting each other, trying to take each other's heads off over a chair? It causes confusion. The Lord said He's not an author of confusion. One man, as you were speaking about before, you got men who saying Christ bless. You got camps that's which they're supposed to be doing is calling on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So how you gonna have a unity camp? They don't all believe in the same prophecies, right? You got some saying MOTB is embargo, so-called white woman. Now you got them saying the golden cup. All these different things. So how can you be perfectly joined together, all right, in the same mind and the same judgment, right? You want to St. Matthew 7th chapter, verse 16?
And hold on real quick.
While you getting that, I got a precept too.
You got it.
Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together except they be agreed? So technically, we're supposed to be separate from these other camps if we don't agree on the same thing. It causes confusion. So we're supposed to be perfectly joined together with those. The true unity camps are those who are on the same wavelength, and the same judgment, speaking the same thing. So you have different GMS camps that come together who have the 100% truth doctrine. That's true unity. Not these different camps with their own doctrines, right? Let me read that in the NLT. Let me see if it has a different version here. It's edifying.
Yeah, when you're done with that, get Titus 7 through 8.
Okay, you want that next?
You get it afterwards.
All right, Amos 3 and 3, the NIV. So like the NLT says, can two people walk together without agreeing on the same direction?
That's
and
right.
Obviously, no, that's a no, right? That's not possible. We got to be agreeing on the same direction.
Yeah, you got one guy that wants his esteem. We got another guy that wants his esteem, his praise. You got another man that wants his esteem and his praise.
Right.
His ego.
Right.
Lot of times you're gonna realize here in America, and it goes back to those curses and what Esau did with casting down our image. So a lot of guys see, and they never got this esteem or their ego. What did you say?
Stroke.
Flattered,
Yep.
stroke. Ever prior to this, so they get, once they see it, their ego getting stroked so much, they get full of themselves.
Yep. And that's why a lot of people become officers.
Yep.
They say nerds or, and you got some jakes in there that they do it because they want a nice paying job with good benefits. But the majority of them are, losers who never got attention. And now,
Yep.
well, I have some power, and it goes to their head. Which one you want?
Which one?
Titus or St. Matthew?
Titus 2:7 through 8, real quick.
Titus 2 and 7. It says, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works.
And it just goes into conduct, man, because, yes, we understand, regardless of, I saw the video of Johanna, then, I asked IUIC going, and he had Sakari going to. End of the day, we understand y'all are on the same group, but just for Pete's sake, what is it, for Pete's sake, whatever, Pete's sake, whatever, how you say it. As the scripture said, agree with your adversary. Yes, okay, the blow or push was thrown. I mean, that happens amongst men. Do it quickly, get out of there, and get up out of there, before, police and all that other shit. Now, both of y'all got to go to court. Just a bunch of bullshit. Now, people talking. But all in all, this is a learning experience too as well, for the newcomers, the people outside looking in. If you got other camps out there that's, this happens, because again, you literally see that there's guys out here that's egotistically maniacs. They're grabbing chairs and they're looking for turfs and camp spots. And I mean, at the end of the day, if Esau would have pulled up with the cops, would have pulled up, hey, y'all niggas got to pack up and leave.
Yep.
Yeah, and Esau would have grabbed your chair, you wouldn't have did nothing.
Facts.
You know? But when it comes to Jake on Jake, it's always a he did this, he did that. It's always a bickering.
Yep.
But here it is, Esau owned the country. Y'all not doing all that rah-rah for Esau.
Fighting
you know?
over a block.
Fighting over a fucking block that doesn't belong to none of us, man. You know? You got it, bro.
Titus 2:7 says, in all things showing thyself a good pattern of good works, and doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity.
So what you just saw, it looked like a lot of corruptness going on.
Yep.
A lot of, and then when you go into it, it looked like it's a bunch of build-up animosity towards each other for years.
Yep.
And, you know, prior to this, you know, the Passover with ISUBK, you said anybody can come.
Yep.
Welcome anybody, welcome such and such. So basically, is this a smoke screen? Because deep down inside, it's a lot of things going on in there.
If I can just say too, you make it a good point. You know, with these unity camps or these camps that don't agree on the same thing, they come together and and there's fights and stuff that's going on that they don't mention.
Yep.
But also too, they're sharing each other's secrets and they start thinking of trying to befriend each other. But then you have others, like you said, they have an animosity.
Yep.
So when you know, you calling them names, ad hominem attacks, all these different things, because you done heard some rumors being around each other.
Yep.
You know, and they just holding that in, and then this is the moment for it to come out. Anyway, Titus 2:7 says, in doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity. Verse 8, sound speech that cannot be condemned.
Yeah, even fucking vocab. Oh, he done had to put his 2 cents in it.
Oh, shit.
He waiting for that because he can't deal with us, what, spiritually.
Yeah.
So, I got some ammo now.
Yeah.
You got it.
It says that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
Yeah. So now you got everybody outside. Now they can say, oh, damn, I don't want to be a Hebrew. What they doing? You know, Jake is simple.
I knew it.
I knew there was some shit going on. You already got a bunch of niggas out here. I don't want to join no camp, man. You know, you got Jake making an excuse for everything now. But my point is saying that, you know, that shit could have been handled way better than what it did. You
Facts.
know, all those guys that had a restraint put. It looked like George Floyd out there.
Facts. Had the police a pin down.
He said, "Get off my damn stomach." Yeah, that shit could have got handled way different, man. You know.
Yeah.
That's why.
Like,
You have more?
no, you want that St. Matthew?
Yeah, St. Matthew 7:16-20.
It's like it. St. Matthew 7:16. Ye know them. Matter of fact, can I start at 15?
Yep.
It says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, sheep's clothing. You think they got it? You know, IRC got the purple garment.
Right.
You know, ISUBK got the mics out.
Right.
You know, it look like they just got everything in order, fashion.
The phylacteries.
With the flattery videos, the voice.
Right.
And you think, oh man,
Right.
it's powerful.
Right.
But a lot of inwardly wolves going on and a lot of egotistical maniacs, man. You got it, bro.
It says, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves.
Ravening wolves, man. Got a lot of. They seem like they got everything in order, but look at that, something so simple, they can't. They can't bang it. They arguing over a fucking turf, which don't belong to none of us. This is our captivity.
Yeah.
Scripture said we this, you know, what it say, we shall be the tail. Esau should be the lender.
Yep. The head.
It's only by the
tail,
grace
not
of
the head.
Yahweh Shem Shah we have somewhere we can teach.
Yep.
You got it.
If I can get ravening, it says, the definition of ravening says an extortioner, right? It says an extortioner is the practice of obtaining something, especially money, through force or threats, right?
Yep.
And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, no, I wouldn't say it is an extortion, so I'm not going to go there, but, you know, a lot of things they do is you know, corrupt. You know, they had a guy that this came out, you know, recently or a while back about the pocket. You know, getting money from a member. You know, basically taking money from him because they knew what he was worth, or maybe a former NFL player or something like that.
Yep.
You know, but these are false prophets and they have different motives. We went into the scripture last Friday. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Yep.
You know, you start erring from the faith, and you know you got a status now that you want to maintain, a lifestyle that you want to keep, power now. You got people looking up to you like you a god.
Yeah, so you walk in the room, everybody just stops.
Yeah.
Everybody look at you. Everybody start
Look at
clapping their
Nate.
hand. You know?
And then you on your high horse, literally a high horse.
And you don't want that to go away from you.
Yep.
Then you see the woman on you, the woman smicker. What's the shit? With that type of status, you go back to old school days when the girls would blush.
Yep.
Girls blushing all over you. So you can't stop that, man.
Fact.
So that's when men start seeing that. Of course, they're not gonna give credit or give honor to what credit is due. You got it.
Verse 16 says, "Ye shall know them by their fruits.
Yep.
Do men gather grapes or of thorns, or figs of thistles?"
Yep.
Verse 17, "Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit."
That's right. And when you see the patterns of these guys, they're just not right.
Yeah.
And from outside looking in, they got it together. But it really actually amazed me about these videos that's been coming out. I've been watching. I've been like, yo, what? All this is going on?
Right.
I'm like, damn. That's why I said it when we opened up. Like, yo, I'm so happy that Elder Tahar made that decree years ago, around 2013, 14, or 15, roughly those years. Elder Tahar said, yo, no more talking to them other camps, man.
Yep. Man,
you got it, bro.
I want to chime in
you got
a
it,
lot.
bro.
But if you think about it, that experience that our teachers, our apostles went through at One West, they done seen it all.
Yep.
And how important it is to that experience and applying the scriptures is so important.
They know them. They know them personally.
They know them personally.
And to that time, and now looking at them now, bro, their fruit is just. There's always some shit going on.
There's always some shit going on. You got them saying you got one group saying John the Baptist wasn't in the truth.
Yep.
You got one guy saying that Jacob's trouble is not going to happen. Then he's changing, doubling back, doing a whole bunch of other shit going on. Okay, but all this stuff is being the Lord is revealing it. The scripture says there's nothing secret that shall not be made manifest.
Bunch of adultery going on.
Yep, adultery. One of their members, a woman. She was deleted or passed away.
Yep.
However that happened, that was under their order, their leadership.
The jab, the shot, it's just a bunch of now the mark. It's just a bunch of they're not right. You got it.
It reads on. It says, verse 19, "Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down."
Yep. And you're gonna start seeing that very soon, man. A lot of things is coming out. You got it.
"And cast into the fire."
Uh-huh.
Verse 20, "Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them."
You shall know them, man.
If I could bring out this definition of fruits,
You got it.
it says work, act, deed. You know them by the way they act.
Yep.
You know them by their works and their deeds. Now, they acting all tough. Where were they when it was cold? Were they out on the streets preaching? You can tell who's a man of the Lord by their integrity.
Hey, they say they're not cowards, right?
Right.
But they said, what we look like, cowards, but wisdom what I forgot what he said. You all know. I call him the Wicked Owl from Rockadoodle. I think his name Mahara something.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, we ain't cowards. This is prison. This is like prison." I'm like, yo, these dudes say all of this and do all of this, but if Esau came on that block, they were not doing none of this, man.
They be scrambling.
Now we understand, yes, things happen with men, but out there in the houses and the Bible, anything can happen. Yes, scuffles, tussles, hands are thrown, pushes. Yes, we understand that. It happens. That's why we don't want women out there. It's not good for women to go out there. But it's a certain way you handle that, and you just get the fuck out of there, man.
Right.
Before cops come. Understand, man. We need grace and mercy. We're not tough guys. We're not We're not Roy Jones. We're not
Right,
Lennox Lewis. We're
right.
not Muhammad Ali's out there. You have a fighting spirit, a fighting mindset. But sometimes you got to take the low road, man.
Yep.
You know? You got it, bro.
Yep.
That was it, or...
It was it, unless you want more.
Now, I'm going to go into conduct. It says conduct. It says literally the act of leading, guidance, command. Let me see. I'm going to go to the point. In a general sense, personal behavior, course of action, deportment, applicable equally to a good or a bad course of actions, as laudable conduct, detestable conduct. The word seems originally to have been followed with life, actions, affairs, or other term as conduct for life, the conduct for actions.
Yep.
That is the leading along life or action. You got it.
Well, I was reading. I did a video on it earlier. That's why Yahweh Shai is so important. Yahweh Shai showed us the code of conduct. He showed us the way to keep the behavior. The way. Now,
it says right here, real quick, to lead, to bring along, to guide, to accompany, and show the way.
See, show the way. Yahweh Shai showed the way, so he showed us the code of conduct. But they don't believe in Yahweh Shai.
Nope.
You can tell by their fruits, by their work. They don't even call on the names.
And it just even said the precepts of Yahweh Shai will conduct us to happiness.
See
that?
So Yahweh Shai showed us the way. That's why he said, "I am the way. I am the truth. I am life."
Yep.
So they don't even believe in Yahweh Shai. They don't even call on his name. So why would they have that same code of conduct or behavior that Yahweh Shai showed us?
Yep.
That's big, man. I got a scripture you want.
You got it.
All right. I don't know. This is a closer outer if you want it. Now
I got a couple more.
Yeah, con. I'll say this one then.
Slaki. It's Ephesians 5:3. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as become of saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Hold on, real quick.
That was Ephesians?
Yep. 5 and 4 and 5, I believe. So it says, Luke 10:27. Hold on real quick. Bear with me one moment. All right, Galatians 6:3. For a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden.
Dang.
So again, man, you got a lot of these guys that really just think they're somebodies.
Yep.
They're mightier than thou.
Yep.
They're a bunch of King Davids, or they're just a bunch of swordsmen that just, think that they can just overcome and just conquer every fucking body. But again, we're still fighting and, prophesying and, the downfall of Edom. We're not tough guys, man.
Facts.
At the end of the day, cops come up, military come up, the army come up, a goddamn AI robot come up. We're not tough guys. We're not in the kingdom yet, man.
Right.
So it's a way you have to conduct yourself, man. As Elder Tahar said, there's many ways you could have handled that. You got it, bro.
Facts. You got one me?
No, you can close out.
You sure?
Yep, that's it.
I just
I don't want to be too long.
Yeah, I figured this would be a closer outer. Malachi 3 and 16, I'll read down to 18. Then they that fear the Lord spoke often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear the Lord and that thought upon his name. And that's ultimately the elect. We call ourselves the hopeful elect.
Yep.
And the significance of that is they're fearing Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai and thinking upon his name. You got men saying we don't have the names. Right? That's another clue. All right.
When these men are going off, yes, we rebuke them with doctrine.
Yep.
But other than that, all this little tussles and scuffles and bustles. Nah, man, this is not our block.
Right.
You even if you sat there and bought that place, you still pay taxes. So, it's not fucking yours, man.
Render Caesar's on the Caesar.
Yeah, So at the end of the day, that's not your area. Just go to another fucking spot, man. It's not that fucking serious, man.
Right.
But we all understand, we got a bunch of guys out here. They, like I said, the spirit is not on them. You got it.
Yep. Verse 17 says, "And they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him." Speaking of the elect. But here's the point, verse 18. "Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai and him that serveth him not."
Yep.
So if you can't tell who are the men of the Lord and who ain't, the Lord ain't dealing with you.
Yep.
There's men who have 501c3s. There's men who are rich and wealthy, who got money, right? And they're clearly sellouts. You can tell. They're going off on a doctrine. They're double-minded, And then there's men who are sincere. You can't pay them off. No matter what, you can't pay these men off. They've been preaching the same doctrine, 100% truth, since the beginning, for years, man. Saying what the MOTB is, going into prophecies, Babylon the Great, is America, etc. And they have been humble men who fear the Lord, who push fear, who push faith. All right? You gotta, if you can't tell who the men of the Lord is, and it's the apostles and the elders, great millstone, the Lord ain't dealing with you. But these are the times that you have to get under the right leadership. Everybody's under some type of leadership, but you gotta be under the right one.
And like Bane said it, your precious armory,
Yep.
rightfully needed.
Facts.
So he said, it will be needed. and the wisdom that you get through the elders, through GMS, it is needed.
That's right.
What he say, gracefully accepted. It will be needed. You got it.
Hey, that's pretty much it. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Lord's voice was edified. We're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakwadash.
Again, we want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS that rule of well. And again, peace, blessing, salutation to the Yakim, to the Akwab, to the Israelite farmers. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.